Welcome, my brothers and sisters. Of Truth Mafia News. We are having all kinds of technical difficulties today. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat there before we get going. Microphone check 1 2. So we got a pretty good podcast planned for you if we can make it work. Me and my dad's been having some technical difficulties. My computer, anyways. I don't know if they want this live to go today. I think this B thing is a little sensitive right here. They might not want us to get into this, Pops. But we were. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me. I want to get that out the way real quick. Yes, you can hear me fine. Am I clear? No breaking up? Good. Good. Okay. Pops, you give a microphone check.
Yeah, I should be good. Can you hear me okay, brothers and sisters?
You guys hear my dad okay? They say, yeah.
All right, all right.
Okay, cool. Everybody can hear us. So I think it's just the miss thing is between me and my Pops' thing. And I apologize for that. Before we get going, all links are down in the description. Make sure you guys don't opt into the daily newsletter. That's very important. That way you get notifications and updates when we go live. And not just from me, Tommy Truthful, but you'll get them from the whole Truth Mafia team, as well as some other, very important information that I can't talk about on social media. I put into them emails. So them emails are done personally by me. And the other day I made a mistake, guys, on 4/9. I thought it was a date with 38 numerology. It's actually 39. That was my bad. I was going to the dentist the next day and had a little terror and fear. So I wasn't operating right. But, I'm just a human. I make mistakes here and there. I'll always admit when I do. But today we're going to get into many different subjects. The one I really want to talk about at first is these bees. So we have a massive die-off happening with the bees. And last night, I was watching the new season of Black Mirror, season 7, episode 1. And it was very fascinating because it starts out with the teacher, and she's at school with her children, and they're talking about robotic bees pollinating just like the organic bees were pollinating. And then you can see there the number that really jumps out at you is that 32 behind her, right? And that's the B symbol. The B symbol is 32, which is also that number tied to the Nephilim. And our brother Donut pointed out how a lot of these major rituals we've been seeing lately have been connected to that number, 32. So you see it here over and over again, just like we'll see 33 with a lot of the false flag rituals. Where Donut had this circled here, that was the Las Vegas situation. And 32 is also connected to gateways, portals. So it ties into CERN a little bit there. 32 killed in storms. And in that first scene here, you want to know what's fascinating? As she's talking about the bees, here, matter of fact, I got a video. Let me upload it. I'll just make sure I go through frame by frame. Where's it at? Black Mirror bees right here. Okay, now let me pull this back. Okay, so let me show you this, guys. Full screen. Then we'll get some of my dad's opinions on this. This is where she works at Cooper Elementary School, right? And let me show you when they walk in. I don't know why it's not going to the next part. Okay. So she's asking the little kids if they know what bees do. And she has the organic bee up there. Then she shows the robotic bee. They've done replaced the robotic bees, the organic bees with the robotic bees. And you see the date over here too, June 5th. I would mark that day on your calendar because when the episode first starts, she wakes up, it's her anniversary, and June 5th is on the phone. And so they're showing you that date, and it's 7:05 a.m. in the morning, which 75 is the number of the fallen angels. Remember, that's the day CERN broke the world record in energy with 13.16 trillion electron bits or electron bytes, where they that was on 7/5 of 2022, and then 18 hours later, boom, Georgia Guidestones blew up. Remember, guys? So 7/5, it's again goes back to CERN and portals and what they're doing. And then you see she has this robotic bee up here as we have a mass bee die off happening. And then look what it says: thunderstorms over here. And when you read the article about the bees dying off, they're trying to blame it on global warming and weather. So, you know what I'm thinking, guys. HARP, geoengineering, right? Not to mention the 5G. Not to mention that. So, it's very fascinating to me, and people don't realize what all that bee symbolism is tied to. It goes ancient bloodline, the bloodline of Merovic, the Merovingian bloodline, which is what this Antichrist is supposed to come out of. The Merovingian bloodline. It's supposed to be the mix between Yeshua's bloodline, and that's what the Syria of Jesus Christ, and then mixing it with the bloodline of Cain, Lucifer's bloodline, this Merovingian bloodline, which the Merovingian king, King Merovingian, enforced them to take Catholicism or they die, period. All the ancient pagan religions, which was really based on that serpent knowledge and the teachings of Enki, you
Son,
have
I think
Anu.
I think they got you. I think they got you breaking up again. Can you folks hear my son? Or is he breaking up?
Can you guys hear me loud and clear? 32 is connected to Obama heavily. Yeah. Let me
Yeah,
know.
let's
Test.
let's check, son. Maybe was he breaking up there? Maybe it's just they're doing that to me. I don't know.
I think they're doing it
Break
to you,
up.
Pop.
No, it says broke up a couple times during important parts. Go figure. Yeah, it is. They're saying he broke up. Yeah, that's
Oh,
I
okay.
very
Yes.
interesting. And now you're clear.
Yeah, now I'm clear. Well, what can we do? When certain parts, they're going to break it up. That's just what they want to do. They don't want us connecting the dots for you for this Merovingian bloodline, this bee symbolism. I knew they would probably give us a hard time on this one, but there's nothing I can do but try to get through the episode, and hopefully it plays back good, guys. If not, I apologize. But right there, as you see, what's it say? 32 killed in storms. And then just like in the new episode of Black Mirror, you clearly see where it said thunderstorms after she shows the freaking bee symbolism. So, it's a form of predictive programming. It's called lesser magic, revelation of the method. And the 32 also ties into the 32 pathways of Kabbalah. If you look into that, there's 32 pathways, the tree of life. So, there's nothing evil about that, but they take sacred knowledge and invert it and use it for evil things. But the first thing I wanted to do when I seen this bee die off was into, is there really any of these things being created? And they're creating many of these insects, not just bees, mosquitoes, flies, all different kinds of these robotic type insects. And I'll show you, I'll screen share right here. I got a couple slides open for you. And I apologize, guys, if it's breaking up. I really
It's
don't
not
know.
as bad. It's not as bad right now, so it's good.
Okay, I really am sorry, guys. I'm trying my. I don't know what I think it's the bee thing because they don't want us talking about this. And I'll show you why. This is, yeah, they might write a couple articles about it, but you're not hearing it on your local news. You're not, this should be the number one talked about thing in the world because we just had a 62% die off in the bees, okay? 40 to 62%, some places even higher. And what does that mean? Well, this is what will affect our food, guys. If the bees die, we die. And the articles I was reading, I think they said within a couple of years of the bees dying, humanity would die off. You know what I mean? So this is a major issue that no one is talking about right now. And a lot of this pops, I think, my personal opinion on it is the 5G, bro. That's what I think it is. I mean, you can't
Well,
do.
that's one of the things that are happening: the chemtrails, the
Yep.
5G, the electromagnetic pollution, the chemicals sprayed on the crops. I mean, you can go on and on and on and on and on. And the truth is, if the bees go, we go. Where the bees go, we go. And make sure you all, please, brothers and sisters, get this out, share it. Make sure you share it. Let's get more and more people on the slide. But that's a true statement. They colonize all of our fruits and vegetables, and we really can't survive without them. So I don't know why we don't cherish them and take care of them above everything else.
I agree with you so much, Dad. And Monsanto, I like to call them Monsantan because that's really what they are. They're working with DARPA to create these genetically modified bees. That was their first step. And then they went beyond that. They created genetically modified mosquitoes. Bill Gates released tons of them. This is not a conspiracy, it's a fact. Look it up. And now DARPA has funded research into the robotic bees, also known as robo bees, which are designed to mimic the bee behavior of real bees and can be used to pollinate and monitoring hive health. Not to mention, they can monitor you. That's the part they're not telling us, that the bee can freaking monitor you. And imagine millions of these bees flying around that are like little drones that can monitor you. And if you're a threat, boom, stings you. You're out the game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's kind of a freaky situation to think about it. And yeah, man, they've been talking about it for quite some time. This article right here: miniature robotic bees navigate swarm, fight autonomously. This just came out April 30th of 2024 last year, Robo Bees. And it's a prototype, but they already got ones way beyond this. This is nothing compared to what they got going on right now from my research. And let me stop the screen share. I got a video for you on it here. I'll show you. Uh, I mean, it's crazy, guys, what they're trying to do. Check this out. Check this little robo bee out. Imagine these little dudes. Now, this is already in production right here. They already got these. So remember a couple years ago, people were talking about they seen fake birds and weird shit like that, and people were making fun of them. And the weight is 34 grams, which is tied to the AI takeover. Tethered is 34. The AI takeover tethered, and all this technology, I believe, is tethered to these. we can call them fallen angels, demons, archons, whatever you want to call them. It's tethered to some type of intelligence that the elites work with, these interdimensional entities. I truly believe that with all my heart. So that's the one that's already out there. And there's the website there. You know, they should pay me for that little promo there. But it's not a promo because I don't agree with that technology whatsoever. I think it's terrible. Um, but me, Dad, I like I said, I think it's the 5G, bro. I really do. I think the chemtrails are playing a major role in it as well. You got borium, aluminum, strontium in the chemtrails. The two main ingredients is barium and aluminum, which put it together. What's it spell, guys? Baal, which we know is their god that they worship, right? This god Baal. And just like we talked about last podcast, how they took us off the certain frequencies, the 432 hertz, or it took us off the 432 hertz to move us on the 440 hertz, which makes us all depressed and it messes with our moods and it's just not good for us. So now everything is artificial. They're my true theory is in that episode right there, she dies, okay? She ends up dying. She keeps getting these headaches. And then they put a synthetic piece of her brain in there, guys. They cut out part of her brain, put a synthetic piece of her brain in. And this is the first episode of Black Mirror, season 7, episode 1. And they could only afford at first the basic level. So the basic level is $300 a month. And they're getting ready to go on their anniversary and drive to this place where they eat burgers every year for their anniversary, her and her husband, and she just turns off. She just shuts down like bloop. Her head goes sideways and he thinks she's dying. So he spins around, goes back, trying to drive her to the hospital, and she comes back on. And he's like, what the heck? Because she was acting like nothing happened. And what happened was they went out of the service area. So the next day they went into the company that put this new brain into her, kind of like Elon Musk's Neuralink. And, now he has one that you can speak telepathically through it, they're creating. But they go in there and they're like, yeah, well, that's because you have the $300 basic level subscription. We can upgrade you to the $800 plus subscription, and then you could travel all throughout America. And then she's a teacher, right? So at school, when she's teaching, she just starts reading ads. They're running ads through this woman. And like she told the one kid, he's like, yeah, my mom and dad are getting divorced and it's really bothering me. And she tells the kid it's an ad that comes out of her, but it's promoting Christian family counseling. And that's what got her to lose her job. So then there's an attack on Christianity in it and all that. But, she continues to just say these ads. So her husband does crazier and crazier stuff to be able to get the money so they can upgrade her. And they upgrade her to the $1,000 level where the ads are gone, right? And then more problems keep happening. And then they're like, well, for this level, for $2,000 a month, we can give you the premium plus package. And that's where you download our app on the phone and you can turn up your sensation levels, you can turn up your pleasure and all that. You can control it by an app. And in the end of the movie, she asks her husband to end up taking, he smothers her with a pillow. And it just
Well,
got to
now
where,
you're giving everybody the whole movie there, son. You shouldn't be giving everybody the whole movie.
well,
They're gonna watch.
listen, when you do movie reviews, Dad, that's how you do it.
Hey, you hear me through? Did you just hear me through the speaker? I must have this set. Let me make sure my audio is set properly.
Yeah, make sure your audio set properly. But yeah, when you do movie reviews, pops, they know that when we
Uh,
decode movies.
You hear me okay?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you way better now.
Okay, so apparently my mic setting in this changed all of a so interesting. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very. But yeah, Dad, there's nothing wrong with that. There's millions of people out here that do movie reviews and give the whole breakdown of these
Oh,
episodes.
I just don't want the breakdown because I want to watch it. You know.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you, brother. But that's the thing. It's a lesson. I won't tell you the next one because I watched all the episodes. But it's a lesson. You know, he tried to save her life with that type of technology, and in the end, it didn't work out so well. They ended up losing everything, and he lost his job. She lost her job. But it's just all about that what you've been talking about, Dad, with losing the soul and the merging with what they got planned for us. Maybe you can get into talking about that a little bit.
Well, yeah, I want to talk. Yeah, they're trying to take our essence away completely and robosize everybody. Where robots are going and AI is going again over the next few years, let's say from here till 2030, people are going to be in shock. I mean, China right now has entire buildings full of nothing but robotics with not a person in the place, with robotics and AI building out cell phones, smartphones, and like 10 million a year, 10 million a year. And there's no human no human in this place. There's no human in this place. Okay. So this is going to accelerate and accelerate and accelerate. And they've had these insects, these little drone insects for quite a while now. Remember, in technology, we're about 3 to 4 decades away from what they really have, pretty much at all times. So the stuff that we're getting coming public right now, AI related, technology related, was available 30 to 40 years ago. Okay. So the
Uh-huh.
stuff that we have right now that no one is, except for people that are at that level of whatever, that are seeing, they've got so much stuff right now that will blow people's minds that it's what's going to be rolling out over the next 5 years is going to make people think that we're living like in the Star Trek type of era, okay, with the things that are happening. And we're still not in real time technology as we speak right now. One of the things I'm going to say to everybody also is they want our soul. They want, the life. And one of the things for those brothers and sisters that don't know this out there, what is the soul? What is the soul? What is the spirit? What is the difference, right? I'm going to read you an analogy of it, okay? So the soul often seen as the essence of a person, their mind, will, and emotions. It's what makes you you, your personality, thoughts, feelings, and moral choices. In some traditions, the soul is immortal and continues after death. Think of it as the self or the inner life. Now, what is the spirit? Usually referred to the breath of life or the divine spark within us. It is the part of the person that can connect to God or the spiritual realm, often considered more transcendent than the soul. In religious terms, the spirit is what gets renewed or awakened when someone has a spiritual experience. So, simple analogy: body, your physical self; soul, your emotional and mental self, your identity; spirit, your connection to the divine or the eternal. Now, what do they want? They want your soul and they want your spirit. Okay? They want your soul and they want your spirit. And that's why they want to integrate you into technology. And they're doing it with every single thing that is around us, from the cell phones that we all use to the TV that's coming that we're watching, to the radio. Later on, son, we're going to play that song you created for Step Into Your Power, right?
Yep, yep,
Yeah,
sure
that
am.
is an amazing song, and it's so true. They're hitting us with the frequency attacks. They're hitting us with all types of mass distraction. They're getting us used to technology being integrated into everyday life. Now they're bringing out the AI, right, to get people more integrated in that, right? Because at the end of the day, what these demonic, I don't want to say soulless, but evil souls,
Oh,
Luciferian type
they
souls,
they
they
might be
want it.
soulless, pops. They
Yeah,
might be soul.
they want your soul, they want your spirit. They want it, and they're trying to do everything. They don't want your spirit to be connected to God. They don't want your spirit is that life in you, right? When they created Adam, he was motionless until they breathed the spirit into him. So breathe the spirit into him. So they want that. They want your soul. They want your spirit, and they're doing everything that they can to block us every which way but loose, from the 5G to the chemicals in our food to the poisons on our crops in the United States, to the to the chemtrails in the air, everything to try to calcify our pineal gland, shut us down. They do not want us to get our direct connect. They're doing everything in their power to make that not happen.
Well, when you just talked about the spirit and the soul, that remind me of the pineal gland, our third eye, our spiritual antenna, our connection to the source creator. Because not only are they calcifying, yeah, the fluoride that they told us was good for us guys, which actually destroys your teeth. They told, oh, it's great for you, but it before it got poured into the water supply and before it got added to toothpaste, it was actually a chemical waste uh, product, and they had to pay millions and millions of dollars just in America to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, it's good for us. But they found this out. Oh, there's my homegirl right there. Shout out to her. What's up, girl? But and then they. Uh, found out from the Russian gulags and World War II, what they were doing over in Germany, that it pacified people and made them more um, calm. They could be controlled easier. So that's all I wanted to put in with
Well,
that.
yeah, I mean, in the UK or in Europe, there's like 450 ingredients in the foods, right? With us, we're like at 10,000 or something. So in the United States, so it's very obvious that everything is got chemicals in it to do a particular thing for them and their agenda. They're not, these are not people, they're very evil, sadistic, satanic people. They're not stupid people. I mean, kind of stupid people, because at the end of the day, they lose no matter what, right? They lose. God wins, they lose. But at the end of the day, they're going to take as many people with them as possible. And this is why we talk about it. There's so much going on right now, from, people are freaking out about the tariff war going on right now, and, where are we going to be? But, you know, we're going to continue to go through things as we move on that some people will find very unpleasant. And, to get to the other side of this thing, one of the guides that are in Step Into Your Power feels, and I feel too, and I've been talking about this for years, about the great separation, but the split is happening and it seems like it's accelerating. I mean, son, don't you feel like there's just so much going on, man? I mean, it's almost like you can't keep up with it. It's so
Oh
much
yeah,
going on, right?
100%. I think that's to overstimulate us, Dad.
Well, that's why I keep focusing, in the morning, right after I get out of the throne room, I'm doing my prayers, I'm doing my studying, I'm doing my Tai Chi Gong, I do my affirmations. One of the things we put those affirmations easy for people to do. I mean, so easy on your cell phone, make it a weapon of mass destruction to a weapon of action. You know what I mean? And
Right.
connection. And, and you can do that pretty easily. but utilizing that and making sure that you're going through and you're actually speaking, positive words about yourself and your family and all of that. I get the armor of God on. I get oiled up. I get fired up. I get powered up in the morning, and I don't let anything get in that way of that, because I keep focused on what my purpose is here, and knowing that I'm working on my strengthening my spiritual connection to the divine and building that relationship, because this is going to get more crazy for a lot of people. Like, I'm getting excited, but I see a lot of people that aren't ready for this increase in frequency. They're not handling it well. Okay.
No,
They're not handling it well. And if you're not going to work on it, you're going to have some big shaking on your hands, some big shaking on your hands. I mean, I see a lot of people that can't, a lot of people are checking out right now. A lot of people around the world can't handle this increased frequency and all of this, like they feel like they're in a blender, at a million miles an hour with all this information coming at them. They don't know what to believe. They don't know what to do. And they're checking out in massive amounts of numbers right now. I mean, the funeral homes and the crematoriums are making more money than they've ever made in the history of them being in existence. So if you don't want to find yourself or your loved ones going down that path, one is you got to worry about yourself because you're on the journey. It's your journey. But and the best way you can help your loved ones is to help yourself, because then they can see it and then they want what you've got. Some of them don't. Some of them say they do and then they don't. Some of them do and some don't. But at the end of the day, you've got to really focus on yourself and really put in the time to get that connection and that relationship strong to the point of all origin. There's the Indians call the Great Spirit. Uh, I call Yahuwah. Some people call a Heavenly Father. There's a lot of different names from the point of origin of creation. Okay. But you better focus on it, brothers and sisters, because this is only going to get more intense. Now, for me, it's exciting. I get fired up
me
as
too.
this is increasing. I'm stepping into my power more and more and more. Okay. I'm making sure that I'm working the way that the creator wants me to work. And if I'm off path, asking for that divine guidance through the spirit, right? To make sure I get course corrected right away, get back on path, back on path. You got to be careful what you say, because now what you say, positive or negative, about yourself or others, the rules are working a lot faster now.
The
You get what you
manifestation.
give. Oh boy, the manifestation's working a lot faster now. You get what you give, and you got to give good if you want to get good, and you got to pay attention to it. This is only going to get, well, for some, much more extreme. A lot more people are going to be checking out, lots more. And as these timelines, as these dimensions, whatever's dividing, whatever's splitting, right? Whatever that is that's happening, um, it's going to keep moving quick. This year is going to make last year or the years before, since the 2020, um, look like a Sunday picnic.
Yeah, and I mean 2024, 2023. I mean, them were some crazy years. So I mean, we had the Lahaina thing. I mean, if fires haven't stopped since then, and I don't think they're going to stop, because honestly it's a major land grab. I mean, it's to roll out the smart cities. That's what their whole Baphomet thing represents. If you look at the Baphomet's arms, it says solve and coagulate on the arm, right? And that's to break something down to its base elements and then to rebuild it into something new. And that's exactly what they're doing with these fires and these storms. They're destroying these cities. Look at North Carolina, got hit with that Hurricane Helene. And if you don't think we can steer storms, you're out of your mind. We've been doing this for a long time. 1987, 8/11 of 1987, we patent HARP. So that's old technology. Everybody talks about HARP. That's so old. They're way beyond that now. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
we
hitting you up again, son. They're hitting you up. You're breaking up. Could you all hear me okay? Is Tommy breaking up?
can you guys hear me or was I breaking up there?
Yeah.
Sorry if I am, guys.
Yeah, well,
Of
there's nothing
course.
you really can do about it. They're probably doing that intentionally. They do like to do that. That's the way it works. They do
Yeah,
that. So, son, you know what I'd like you to do though? I mean,
what's
I
up?
was really is share that song that you created for Step Into Your Power. I think people need to hear that. When you first sent me that, I was listening to it, and I listened to it like about 10 times. I mean, and I could feel the energy off of it. I don't know. Can you play the sound here
Yeah,
and
yeah,
play it?
I, I can play it, and it's tuned at 432 hertz, guys. So let's check it out. Listen to the lyrics because it's
Listen to
telling
the
you a message.
lyrics. It's only 2.5 minutes. So if you have a hard time paying attention for 2.5 minutes, this is a great meditation for you. Listen to the frequency, listen to the lyrics. Feel the frequency, listen to the lyrics. We're going to be putting out a lot of beautiful music, and we already have healing frequency music within the community over in Step Into Your Power. Go ahead, son.
Okay, pops.
Yeah. This song right here ain't just a vibe. It's a frequency. Tuned at 432 hertz to heal, to uplift, to activate. They changed the music, switched the code, took 432 and made it 440 mode. From nature's rhythm to the sound of war, now we vibrate low, depressed to the core. But this track's pure, tuned to divine design. Activating chakras, realign your mind. Root to crown, feel that inner fire. We break the system, elevate higher. Jesus said it, you'll do greater than me. Faith of a mustard seed moves mountains, my G. Junk DNA, nah, that's God's hidden tech. Flip the switch, heal your soul, reconnect. Step into your power, reclaim what's true. They don't want you knowing what your light can do. You can heal yourself, realign in an hour. When you step into your power, raise your vibe, break the chains they gave. You ain't a slave, you're a soul they crave. 396 root chakra, ground your fears. 4 and 17 sacral arch, those tears. Vi 28, that love DNA. Solar plexus charged, shine all day. 639 heart, open and feel. 741, speak your truth and heal. 85-2, third eye wide awake. 963 crown, no more fake. This ain't new age fluff, this is an ancient fact. They flip the frequencies to hold us back. 432 is sacred, aligns with the earth. The same math that coded your soul at birth. 4 + 3 + 2 = 9. The divine gate, the number of endings, the reset state. 9 fruits of the spirit, 9 cycles of time. From Homer to Brahma, the signs all align. 9 is completion, the wisdom returns. Once you activate, the old self burns. It's your season now. Break the illusion, heal yourself. No more confusion. They don't want you knowing you got that spark, that you're the light in the system's dark. But here at stepintoyourpower.com, we're teaching the secrets, keeping you calm. Step into your power, reclaim what's true. They don't want you knowing what your light can do. You can heal yourself, realign the hour. Click the link below and step into your power. Raise your vibe, break the chains they gave. You ain't a slave, you're a soul they crave. Click the link below and join the movement at stepintoyourpower.com. This track was written and produced by Tommy Truthful and Papa Truthful, father and son, leading a vibration revolution. We're not just making music, we're rewiring the frequency of your soul. Remember, my brothers and sisters, reality is a code. I am the glitch that reveals its secrets. Tommy Truthful.
That was pretty good, right, pops?
So, brothers and sisters, what do you think about that song? Could you feel the energy of that music? Did you feel that 432 frequency behind it? Stuff
Yeah,
like that is one of the ways that we're going to help bring people into what we're doing with the spiritual community, so all of you can become the people that you're here for, right? Just helping guide more and more people, because more and more people need that help or they're not going to make it. Now they don't need to, if they don't want to come to step into your power, that's fine. You know, we have the community, we're working really, the only rap worth listening to. I love it. Yeah, baby. Yeah, brother Leaf. And
Yeah.
that's the great thing about it is a lot of different songs are going to be coming out that my son's going to be producing all about this. And, you know, when you get inside that community and you've got like the other night, you know, my beautiful wife, Cynthia, who I've been with for 35 years, we've been together for 35 years. You know, I put a urgent prayer at, you know, like 2:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. And there was people that sent prayer requests in because I got a prayer warrior network, you know, and that's what you're going to have in a prayer warrior network for yourself within that community. It's so important. Every minute that I have that I'm not doing something else like this live right here, and anytime I can multitask, I am working on that community right now. My son knows that because the urgency in my soul, in my spirit, in my being of who I am tells me and others that are coming, other people that are guides like my son Tommy, and we got brother Brad is a guide, and we got sister Honey is a guide, and we're going to have more guides and helping bring more teachers and in guides into this world in order to help as many people as we can. Because remember, it's all about loving people unconditionally and unconditional forgiveness and helping as many people move into the light, move into the light as possible. So important.
We got, you see, Stormy said, I'm 73 and I totally appreciate your 432 song. Thank you, Stormy. That means a lot to me to know my older generation is feeling it. And if you listen to the lyrics, it was teaching you about every frequency. I broke down every frequency and what chakra it was connected to, how it activates that.
Yeah,
So
we're
I'm
going
gonna
to put this music. They're asking where you're going to get this music. Yeah, because it's a really powerful thing, powerful song, son. So let's get that up on Truth Mafia where people can go and listen to it, and then put the link for Step Into Your Power right underneath it. And for you folks to go, brothers and sisters, come on over. You'll see things. We're only got we're not officially launching till the projective launch date is April 30th. Okay, April 30th. But my son and I decided that we were going to let folks from Truth Mafia watching these lives. We're going to let them know about it and get some folks in there, and get working with them and making this thing better and better and better. And it's exciting to see what's going on. So come on in and join the excitement and step into your power like you've never done in your entire life.
And Milton, we just launched Truth Mafia music on truthmafia.com. So my music will all be available there only. And you'll be able to download it there, share it, have it on your phone. I'm not going to put it on any of these because I really don't care about the money on Apple Stream. None of that. It's about helping uplift the community. So it'll be available on there. And that song I actually wrote for my dad, that Step Into Your Power one, for this new platform that we launched that I think is so important, stepintoyourpower.com. And we did 43 minutes pops without a single promotion. You want to, because we got some amazing products that actually help people, and I believe in them. Like the nanosoma that saved my life. The body line products that's based on Nikola Tesla's technology. This is stuff. This is why we sponsor or promote this stuff, guys, because we're self-sponsored by you guys, and we're not backed by the big stream media or these elites that pay people to push certain agendas. We're backed 100% by you guys. So that's why we have to promote, and we only promote stuff that we believe in.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to talk about this nanosoma a little bit. This is after 3 days that I sent this over to my son where he's having big problems with his leg there. And then he sent me a text and said, with this image, and said, this shit really works. So, yep, it really works. And the reason it works the best is because it sorts out the energy body. So most people's energy body looks like this, like it's hit by a meteor shower. 5 sprays of this within about 5 minutes, and the energy body went like that with nanosoma. So that's one of the reasons, again, we're not taking corporate sponsors. We're not getting involved with any of these deep staters or any of that, the people that are printing the money. We're recommending great products so that you can get what you need to help you with your overall wellness. So, that's important for us to show you that, because that's also helping with what we're doing with the free community, with the Step Into Your Power free community. It helps us with what we're doing in the mastermindwebinars.com free community, where we're teaching about AI, we're teaching about, conversion optimization, online business building, all of that stuff that I've been doing for 30 years and members of my team have been doing for decades. So to help people transition through where we're headed, right? So really, really important. Also, one more thing before we continue, son, and then I got to have to drop off here in a minute, is Body Align. I'm going to be transparent with you. I'm one of the owners of this company. This is called Energy Wellness. It's all based on frequency formulations, and it's all based on the best quality of a frequency. Example, say turmeric, and you have it at its highest quality. That's the frequency we have. Everything at its highest quality. Whatever can't be brought at its highest quality, we don't have it. So, it is really important. 2/3 of the world use energy wellness. They call it energy medicine. I like to call it energy wellness. And again, bodyline.com/Truth Mafia is where you can find it and support what my son is doing here at Truth Mafia. Well, I want to say, son, I'm going to pop out of here. I love you,
Yes,
and I
sir.
love you, brothers and sisters. Make sure that you click on the link in the description or in the comments. Get yourself into Step in Your Power. My son's posting in there stuff that he doesn't post, all spiritual-based stuff to help you step in your power. I'm doing the same, and the amount of stuff you get 100% free in there will blow your mind. And next week, I'll actually take you through a tour of that back office. Take care, folks.
Love you, Pops. Thank you for coming on.
Love you very much.
I appreciate you. Yeah, guys. So all them links are down below
Take
that
care,
my
son.
dad just mentioned. You take care too, Pops. Them are all down below. And I want to talk to you guys about something real quick before I do go today. Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, me and Donut. You guys haven't seen me and brother Donut. Shout out to Alex from Donut Factory. You haven't seen us in a while, right? I've been hearing people, Tommy, are you and Donut still cool? Me and Donut talk every night. Well, not every night, but almost every night. I talk to Donut more than I talk to anybody in my family, probably. But just because we're not on podcast all the time together doesn't mean we're not cool, guys. He's one of my best friends. So we're going to do this podcast. I just wrote a blog too, and you can only get it over on truthmafia.com. So I found this pattern, right? And it blew my mind. All these people that were getting hung in their homes by the doorknob. So I'm like, wait a second, what is going on here? How the heck are people allegedly taking their lives by a doorknob? I even went and looked at the physics of it. Like, can this happen? And I mean, if someone's sedated, maybe, if someone breaks in their home and puts them under and then does it, maybe it could happen, but your body would fight back from it from happening, right? So I just want to show you, it's over here on truthmafia.com. Let me share my screen. And guys, I forgot to put the link in the I'll update it after this. So people that get to watch us back, the link will be in the description. But I put so much work into this blog, a lot of research. As you see, there's a bunch of news. Whoa, what happened to her tooth? Oh boy, that don't look good. Let me find it. Hold on, let me go to my thing. So it's really easy to find my content now. You just click right there, bam. Because people are having a hard time finding my stuff. Whoa, skim by that. And by the way, what Kanye's wearing right there is it's a Catholic Spanish. It comes from the Spanish Catholic Church. That's the suits they wear. Has nothing to do with you know what, guys. But then he had an iced out how do I say this without getting in trouble? Sign that they wore in World War II that they hijacked that was actually a symbol of peace and love, but the Germans used it as their logo on that red flag with the white background and the black you know what that starts with the S, right? That you know what that symbol's from, right? Polaris, the star Polaris. It's in that exact shape, and it's called the Great Bear constellation. And you might have heard Donut talk about this. Donut learned it from Ani Asoru, and I brought Ani into the Truth Mafia crew because of that post that he did. It came to my attention. I was like, damn, who is this guy? And it made me look into Ani, and me and him became really good friends. He's like a brother of mine now. I call him the consigliere of the Truth Mafia. But the Great Bear Constellation, and what was Kanye's first album? The High School Dropout with the bear on it, right? Even when he had his mouth surgery, he had his cheeks looking like a bear. And what's high school did he go to, guys? Polaris. You know what I'm saying? So it's all scripted. Why he was in that episode with DJ Academics. But in that episode, he brings up Chester Bennington. He calls him the Lincoln Park Kid. He said the Lincoln Park Kid was talking about exactly what I'm exposing right now, trying to protect my children, and we see what happened to him. So I'm not going to go over this full ball because me and Donut are going to break this down together, but I'm just giving you a little sneak peek. This is coming Monday, the Black Sun Freemasonic Doorknob Ritual, and the 12 different people. You can go read this, though, right now. That way you're tuned up for when me and Donut get into it. These are all people that allegedly took their lives through a doorknob in their own home. Now, if you look into Freemasonry, it says if you speak out these words of these secrets, your life will be taken in your own home by what? Hanging. Yes, look into it. Swear, not joking. And this gentleman here, he was all depressed. That's what they'll tell you. And I read all his the mainstream BS on it, how he lost his taste and all that. And that's why he was depressed. But then there's deeper connections with him. And you'll find out the real reason why he so-called, was taken. And on November 22nd, guys, 11 plus 22 is 33. That was the day they killed John F. Kennedy, too, for speaking out. Remember? Took JFK right up out of there. And he was discovered hanging from a doorknob in his room, 524. But me and Donut are going to go over all this. Another guy, David Carradine. He's probably the only one in this one that wasn't maybe exposing it, but was involved in it. And maybe he knew too much. Because at that time when he died, there was some things coming out about Lincoln Park and Thailand and kids. I'm trying not to get in trouble because they're we're on YouTube too, and we've been going through a massive initiation ritual with the 5G. 5G attaches to the oxygen molecules in your blood. The whole code red, Rona, what's it do? Messes with your lungs. When they kneeled on George Floyd's neck, when this all began, what happened? Hashtag I can't breathe. And then they burnt down, or they found 8 nooses in the Amazon warehouses in the beginning of the whole code red. Remember that, guys? 8 of them. That's kind of weird. Well, Amazon is the lungs of the planet. So it's all an asphyxiation ritual we're going through, a massive one. And that's how they all died, by asphyxiation. Doorknob death ritual, 72. He dies at 72. You know what I'm saying? Chaldean GEMATRIA cipher, 72. And then doorknob is 36. Well, that's what the cipher is based on, 1 through 8. which adds up to 36. And back then, they didn't use the number 9 because it was considered divine when the cipher was created. It's the oldest cipher you can find. It goes back to Cyrus the Great. But like I said, we'll get into all that when me and Donut break it down. But you can see it's tied to the Eye of Providence, Azazel, direct energy weapon, King Solomon's wisdom, the 72 races of Noah, the 72 languages scattered after Babel. And then there's also the 72 demons of the Ars Goethe. Them are demons that, I'll show you a list of them because that really don't have nothing to do with our podcast that we're going to do. So I'll show you them in a second. That's what they're worshiping, but they're really archons. Chester Bennington, amazing voice. You know, how'd he die? Same way, doorknob. His best buddy, Chris Cornell, same way, doorknob. 9 ribs broken. He had a song called Burn It Down by Linkin Park, 72. And you got to watch this music video and listen to the freaking lyrics, what they're saying, guys. And burn it down. You know what they're saying? We build it up to break it down. We're building it up to burn it down. We can't wait to burn it to the ground. And what did I just tell you? Solve and coagulate on Baphomet's arms. Look at the tattoo on his arms. That's literally what it means. And what did they burn down? Let's scroll down here. Oh, Maui fire ritual sacrifice 72. Oh, did they build that up to burn it down? When you fall, I'll take my turn and fan the flames as your blaze burns. We can't wait to burn it to the ground. I mean, come on. And I put a clip of DJ Academics and Yee's ritual here where he mentions Chester Bennington, this kid here. So me and Donut are going to get into the whole details of it. Donut's got a lot of information on it. Each individual person. And we're going to do it on my Rumble. It'll be a Rumble exclusive. So Truth Mafia TV on Rumble, Truth Mafia TV on Rumble. It'll probably air on Donuts Rumble too. And you'll see how it's tied to the 5 of Pentacles, which is a tarot card, right? And I don't use tarot, but I use it for the decoding aspect of it. And guess what that card's connected to, guys? There's a positive and a negative side to every card. Well, the negative side of that card is home loss. What'd they do in Lahaina? Oh, I guess they lost their homes, didn't they? And look, it's a guy. He's hurting, limping, out in the cold. You know what I'm saying? So I break all that down. The negative side of it's tied to karmic debt. And that's what they were doing. When they tell us the truth, what they're going to do, they believe it frees them karmically. And that 5 of Pentacles is connected to the 5 of Diamonds card, which also has a negative side to it. And that number 30, the number 31 equals 72. When you spell out the number 31, it equals 72, which is tied to the engineers. Remember the movie Prometheus? The archons, the black goo. This is the scene where he drinks the black goo and his body breaks down. And then allegedly that's how humans were created. The engineers really represent the archons. And we see Poison 31, Engineer 31. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely engineering society. And engineering with the black goo, that nanotechnology is to interface you to upload your consciousness to this demented reality that they're creating. What Black Mirror season 7 is all about, the whole season. It's crazy. Shout out to Donut because he's the one that told me to watch. I didn't even know they was out with a new season. I talked to Donut and he told me when we were talking about doing this episode. But yeah, man, I get into it all. And guys, you ain't going to believe how many people are connected to it. There was more, but they kind of went further back, and some of them are names people didn't know. So I kept the 12 main names that people really knew. Chris Cornell, 52. How's he pass? Same freaking way. And like I said, during our show, we'll go over all this. You know, how it happened, where it happened. I can play the clips of all the videos I got for you. Alexander McQueen, 40, died the same way. February 11th, 211. 211, what's that? 211 is the 47th prime number. So the 47-degree Masonic compass. That's also Alex Jones's birthday, by the way, not to mention. And 211, and then you got the 21 there because it's 2010. So in numerology, you drop that 0. Or you could 20 plus 10 is 30, which is the number tied to loose energy harvesting. That's a big loose number, that 30. And his is weird. Alexander McQueen's, his is really freaking weird. But Aaron Schwartz, remember him, guys? The genius kid? There's like a whole little mini documentary on him. He died January 11th of 2013. Now 2013 was a crazy year. This is the year the Pope came in, remember? On 3/13 of 2013. So pretty much like 2 months later after his death, then the Pope comes in, the first Jesuit Pope ever. And 20 plus 13 is 33. He dies on January 11th, which is 111. That number 111, a very important number tied to witchcraft. Chester Bennington ritual is 111. And then 111 goes back to 72. And like I explained in this, it's not about any individual cipher. It's the phonetic energy these numbers are carrying. They're binding certain frequencies to these rituals through this Masonic number magic, right? That's why you see the numbers connected. And yes, there's an organic source code, but these elites know how to hack that organic source code. They know how to manipulate that organic source code. And that's what they're doing. It's a part of their ritual to bring forth this reality that they're trying to create, part of their manifestation magic. You also had Loren Scott die the same way. She died March 17, 2014. So, I mean, Robin Williams, same way, which kind of blew my mind. I felt like I was in the Mandela effect on this one because I was like, wait a second, did he die by a freaking doorknob? I didn't remember that, but I guess he did. And this gentleman, which I linked his song down here, oh my Lord, he was a DJ. And guys, you got to watch this song because it's all about the children. Oh, and speaking of Lahaina, during Lahaina, how this all ties into the kids, and you know what? Certain trafficking organizations. What happened in Lahaina? Well, from what we know, thousands of children are still missing. Okay? Thousands of them. Thousands and thousands. And people say they went underground. I don't know. I wasn't there, but that's what I'm saying people said. Disclaimer, YouTube, don't take me down. I'm just saying what people said. Okay? We have Kate Spade. Died the same way. They all got connections, and then I find they all have connections to you know what. And she had connections to the Haitian government, which tied into the Clintons. Remember that? The old Clinton Foundation, that whole thing. Bunch of kids went missing over there, too. In freaking Haiti, guys. So things are getting pretty strange. They even got one of the queens, Queen Maxima's sister. Got her the same way. Who knows what she knew? She died at 33 years old. You know, similar way. I mean, it blew my mind when I went through this. And I know some of you guys remember this video. It went viral a long time ago. It took me forever to find it on the internet. You can watch the full video in this blog on truthmafia.com. You just click on the Tommy Truthful channel on the homepage, and it'll be right at the top there for you. He starts crying in the video. He's an ex-Dutch banker. One thing God gave me is good intuition. I was born on Monday, Moon Day. We're very intuitive, very psychic. He always gave me really good intuition. I can tell like easily when people are lying. And I don't know why. but I believe that every word this man says in this video. I watched it twice, and the things he was talking about blew my mind. I know a lot of you probably remember it. He said that they invited him into the inner circle. You know, they were testing him at first, so they had him messing with the money. He said they were literally in there with shovels, shoveling truckloads full of money. They were crashing certain dollars, the lira. They had to crash that. What happened in Greece? Like, they were behind all these different crashes, and it's all to bring forth this one world government. And then finally they start trusting him so much, he got to a point where they invited him abroad, kind of like that island down there that you can superimpose Nickelodeon's island over. We all know the island I'm talking about, right? That Disney likes to shoot down there and grab a few little children here and there. But he said he was invited to one of them, and he starts crying. Like, come on, man. You could just tell he ain't lying right there. He said, I couldn't do it. And then I became a threat to them. So I don't know. I would like to look into this guy, and I'm going to do a blog explicitly on him because I want to find out where he is today, if he's still alive. You know, I have a deep feeling in my stomach he might not be, because the things he said in there, if he is alive, I don't know. I don't think I don't know, guys. I don't know. I like I said, I want to do a deep dive into him and find out Ronald Bernard, see if he's still around. But Anthony Bourdain, remember him? That was a recent one. Same thing. Same ritual. The doorknob. I mean, what is going on? What is freaking going on here with this type of doorknob ritual? It's very bizarre. And I break it down how 12 of them, there was 12 of them, how what that gets into, the number 12. You know, you have Jesus had the 12 disciples, Buddha had 12 followers, Quetzalcoatl had the 12 companions, King Arthur had the 12 knights of the round table, Hercules. I mean, it just goes on and on. The 12 tribes of Israel. You know, I break all the 12 down, the 12 zodiacs, 12 months of the year, 12 hours in a day, 12 hours in a night, 12 inches in a foot. And just a bunch of different connections to the 12. And then what represents the 13? Well, this is the negative side of the 13, which ties into the black sun or Lucifer. There's a positive side of it too, which is his twin, Jesus Christ. There's the 12 disciples. Jesus represented the 13th one. So he is the polar opposite of Lucifer, right? That's why both their names, Jesus and Lucifer, equal 444. They're not the same entity like a lot of people in the GEMATRIA community try to tell you and mislead you. That's not true at all. They're two totally different entities. One is about light, love, and empathy. The other is about rebellion, darkness, and it's really Yaldabaoth is who it is. He's been given many different names: Lucifer, Satan, the Demiurge, Yaldabaoth. He has many different names, but I break all this down for you right here. He's the 13th, the negative side of the 13, the black sun, and that's where they put all their energy into with these type of rituals. It's all loose harvesting, and they're putting all that energy into this black sun, which people say comes from inner earth. And look, they even got a doorknob with the Freemasonic freaking symbol on it. Like, I mean, shit. You know, it's crazy. A couple of my family members was like, Tommy, do not put this blog out. Please do not put this blog out. Begged me not to put it out. I said, no, it's going out. It's going out. It's definitely going out. I'm 6'3". I've lost a lot of weight, so I'm no longer 350 pounds, but I'm still a solid 300. And listen, let me tell you something for you doorknob killers out there. I got shit in here that'll knock an elephant off its feet. You hear me? So you can try that if you want to, but I do not think you're going to be successful. Not to mention, I live in the projects, and one of you are going to get people around here. They don't like people that they don't notice. So if they don't know who you are, you ain't just sneaking up in here. Plus, we got this place lit up. There's cameras everywhere. I can see what's going on in every hallway of this place. You know, they got them little cameras, guys, that look like nails. I'm not dumb. When I feel threatened, I'm gonna make sure I'm secured, so I can see who comes in the front door downstairs, what hall everybody's in. I can see everything, and nobody even knows that. They can know it now. Now, what does scare me is they do have technology that can turn cameras off. I found out that kind of freaks me out a little bit, but they still got to come through. And I sleep with my shit, so you know what I mean. And if it's my time to go, so be it. Then I guess God chose for me to go. But I can't deal with this hurting kids stuff. It annoys me, and I think you guys are cowards. And all of you, I challenge you, come to my home. I have a doorknob. You know, it's right there. Come on in. Come on in, buddy. Because I guarantee it ain't going to end how you think. And God, what's God say? If you hurt a child, we should tie a millstone around their neck and toss them in the ocean. Doesn't God say that? And shout out to Iowa or Idaho. I think it's Iowa. Which one, guys? Who just passed that law that if you hurt a kid under the age of 12, you will be put to death by the firing squad? Shout out to that state. And they actually really passed this. And here, let me look it up for you guys. I'll look it up for you. Christine, oh, what's my homegirl's name? Rachel Christina. She posted it last night on her Facebook page. Shout out to Rachel. Rachel Christina posted it. And then my girl Rachel Christina, I didn't know if it was true or not. So I'm like, let me go check this out. Boom. And I found out, oh shit, it is true. And it's tied to the bill 380, which is 38. Murder, death, RIP, all 38. Let me find this bill. Okay. Is it Iowa? I think it's Iowa. Passes bill to put death pedos by firing squad. I'm all for this shit. This should go nationwide. Best law I've seen in a long time. Right, guys? This is the best law I've seen in years. I'm all for this. Yeah. Here it is. A week ago, it just went viral. The only thing that scared me, though, it went viral on April Fool's Day. They better not be fooling me with this. But it says it's in law, and this is on a government website. But it was published Tuesday, April 1st. And that really, April Fool's is the true New Year's. That's New Year's Eve. And that's why they make fun of us with the whole April Fool's thing. Because one of the kings changed it, and then there's a whole play on, making fun of the masses that they don't know that that's really the real New Year's. So April Fools, but that's neither here nor there. Let me show you what I'm talking about real quick. Look right here. This is on their own website, government Idaho Gov. Okay, government little statement on death penalty for pedos. Boise, Idaho. Did I say Iowa? My bad, guys. Idaho. Shout out to Idaho. Where the hell is Iowa at? I mean, these are two way different places. Iowa, Idaho. I don't know. I don't know where Iowa is, but shout out to them too. But, I'm really feeling Idaho. I might move here. Boise, Idaho. I heard it's beautiful too, from what I've heard from many of my friends. Boise, Idaho Governor Brad Little issued an expanded statement today on his signing of House Bill 380. There's that 38 number. Murder, death, RIP, all 38. Sandra Bullock was 38 years old when she shot the movie Murder by Numbers, and 38's on the cover of Murder by Numbers. So it's interesting that's the number of the bill. Allowing the death penalty for pedophiles charged with aggravated lewd conduct with children 12 and younger, and strengthening the punishment for other convicted pedos. Just like capital murder destroys lives, aggravated sexual abuse of young children devastates victims and families for generations. And it does. It does, guys. Usually, unfortunately, the poor kid, they become the person that gets violated. End up repeating the cycle. Sad, because it messes them up in the brain. And then these people try to protect themselves like, oh, it's a sickness. That's why Facebook allows them to have groups on there called minor attracted individuals. They let them stay up. They're on there right now on Facebook. And that should not, well, they're not acting on it. Well, regardless, if you're a parent, and that's what it's all about. It's to desensitize us. And if we'll give up our children, we'll give up anything. And they know that. That's why they're coming after our kids. They know if we give up our children and we don't fight back for our babies, then we will give up anything, including our rights. And they look, the only state to make death by firing squad the primary method of execution. Yeah. Shout out to you, Governor Little, whoever you are. I don't know who you are. Never heard of you much, but I'm all for that. All for that one. That sounds like a really good, smart idea right there. Right there. I know in certain states they were doing chemical castration, which then they found a loophole in that. They started freaking going to other states and getting high amounts of estrogen and taking it to counteract the chemical castration. So, you just got to do what Governor Little said. It's a spiritual war. It is, guys. And that's how you attack the little ones, man. I have no sympathy for you. None. Zero. Yeah, I don't think it works either, man. I'm not for it. I'm for this new bill. This new bill sounds better. But it only goes to the age of 12, Rhonda. I think it should go higher than that. And you know what a lot of their defenses is, Rhonda? Oh, back in Roman times or back in the ancient times, it was normal to marry someone that, well, this ain't that time, okay? This ain't that time. And I got a daughter that is that young. And I'll tell you right now, I would give my life for my children. I got one that's around that age and then another daughter that's way younger. And if anyone ever hurt one of my babies, just let's say this. I've been to prison and I have no problem going back. And I would sit there for life for any one of my kids. So it's just sick what these people do. And it's all about harvesting that life force, harvesting that energy, that loosh, that terror that comes off of these poor babies when they're doing that type of stuff to them. It's sickening. And then it's part of mass trauma-based mind control, guys. It fractures the child's brain into multiple different fractured pieces where they can then program that kid, using mind control. So it's a vicious cycle. It's probably happened to a lot of these so-called celebrities in Hollywood. They probably have went through that, especially the ones like Angelina Jolie that grew up with her father already in Hollywood. And then, remember she was rocking Billy Bob Thornton's blood on her neck. And there was an interview they scrubbed off the internet of her talking all about these type of rituals. So I will find that interview. But yes, it is very dark black magic. That's exactly what they're doing. Very ancient and very dark shit. Excuse my language, ladies and gentlemen, but it's what it is. So I'm all for that bill. Shout out to that bill. It's a good bill. Hope they bring that to Ohio. You know what I mean? And I think they should impose that on the ones that are already in jail for it too. You know, go ahead and bring it to them. Don't let them out, because all they're going to do is offend again. They said it's a sickness. Well, there's the cure. There is the freaking cure. Try to read some of your guys' stuff. Hey, Tommy, yeah, bro, Gwen, away reading. Little Star. All you got to do, we do them every month. I do a giveaway every month where we pick several people that can't afford to get a decode, and we do personal decodes on them. I got 3 of them I'm working on right now. So all you got to do is share the content. Whoever shares the most content from truthmafia.com to their social media, I pick one from there. Whoever shares the most content from my Facebooks, I pick them from there too. And then I announce them, and all they got to do is reach out to me, and I will do a decode. And if you don't know what they're asking about, we do these personal decodes over on truthfultv.com, where we break down using GEMATRIA, because there is a source code. We break down whether you're a first player character, non-player character. And this month, I was going to run it till the 17th, but I think I'm going to take it to the 18th, because that's the day Capricorn enters the moon phase, and that's when my secretion of my inner Christos oil activates in my pineal gland and drips down my spine, and then will resurrect back up my 33 vertebrae, staying dormant at the solar plex for 2.5 days, and then going back up, passing the vagus nerve and all that, which is why the ancients, that's what heals you guys, if you can do the right thing for that time period. And over on stepintoyourpower.com, I did a blog showing you what month of this year, 2025, yours activate. So if you go over on stepintoyourpower.com and look at my post I did, you'll see whatever your sign is, it tells you what day to look out for. And you got to do it for a minimum of 4 days. I recommend 7 if you can make it to 7 days. That's hard though. Sometimes I can't even make it to 7 days, but you got to fast, drink pH water, and don't watch no TV. I don't do no podcast during that time. I just listen to certain frequency music, meditate, get myself vibrating on the proper frequency, and you can feel it, man. It amplifies you so much. That's why I've been healing. Remember there was a period where I was in the hospital all the time. I've lost massive amounts of weight from it. It's just amazing. And that was the secret the ancients knew. But we all have a source code attached to us, guys, using GEMATRIA, just like I decode anything. When you're decoding a person, though, it's more about the phonetic energy of the individual number than it is any particular cipher. So we're looking more at the numbers individually, right? But just like that, we can decode you the same way. Not only do I break down your first and last name, it has to be the first and last name you were born with, not your maiden name. That has nothing to do with it. I mean, your maiden name, not your married name. My apologies. If you want to throw your middle name in there, you can. The name you were born with, and your date of birth, and I break down your whole astrological profile, your ruling planet, your life path number, what all that means, and your destiny card out of the standard deck of 52 playing cards. I stay away from the tarot breakdown because some people they're not into that, so I don't want to offend anybody. So I just stay away from that part of it. Now, we used to break that down, but I just don't want to offend no one. So I just leave that part of it out. But we break down whether or not you have the 12-strand angelic DNA, whether you carry the Neo code, which Neo code equals 30. You actually have Neo code in multiple ciphers. It could be connected to 36 in Chaldean, 128 in reverse ordinal, 36 is one of the real powerful ones. It's 50 in Chaldean if you add the word the Neo code, but just Neo code, right? Neo code is 36 in Chaldean, matching Jesus Christ. And in Judaism, they believe there are 36 righteous men and women born from every generation that actually play a role in saving the world. Look it up. Go on Google, type in 36 righteous men and women found in Judaism, and you'll see it. It has its own Wikipedia, everything. It's right out of their own religion. So if it says in that, if you read the whole Wikipedia, if one of them people don't exist, it could destroy this whole reality we're in. So there are certain very powerful archetypes, very, very powerful archetypes, and they signed in their soul contract to come back for a reason, and if you would have that 12-strand angelic DNA, that's because you're a descendant of a survivor of these global cataclysms where the black sun risen and why the elites go underground. They take all the advanced technology down there, all that stuff. And then they got AI running everything up here right now. That's why you can see certain news stories being repeated over and over again. And I did a really good post on Facebook about waveforms and how reality is produced through our minds. So check that one out. I actually upgraded it, and I'm gonna release that article today. So that'll be probably in a couple hours. It'll be done because I got to do a few finishing touches on it. But I got inspired last night when I watched that Black Mirror to rewrite how the waveform works and everything, because they're always trying to take what God created and manipulate it and invert it. That's all they can do. They can't create on their own. So it's all inversion, we can't make an organic honeybee. So let's create a freaking robot honeybee. You know what I mean? June 5th, guys, mark that day on your calendars. I just wonder what they got planned for that day for us, But yeah, you can get that on truthfultv.com. And let me show you something real fast, because a lot of people were having problems checking out. Now, in this video, I do want to add that it's an older video. I put it up a little while back when the price was $33. Unfortunately, we have inflation. So it's $35 now, guys. So when you're watching that video, that's why. But there should be a video right here. I don't know why it hasn't popped up yet. What the heck's going on? Should be a video right here. That's strange. Where the hell's my video at? Oh, there it is. So you see how they do that? Try to hide the video. So you might have to refresh your page when you go over there so the video will pop up. And it just shows you how to check out as a guest, because you don't have to have PayPal. You just check out as a guest. PayPal just offers a secure checkout. That's all. So only they have your information, not me. I don't need none of that. You can click on this image. It'll take you directly to the booking, or you can scroll down below and you just set it up right here. Check out as a guest. It's really easy. I walk you through it in the video. I'm not going to make you suffer through all that through here, but you pick what time you want and then go through it. And if you're having problems doing it, like I said, watch the video. Make sure you fill this out properly. The only reason I would need your phone number is in case you forgot something. Other than that, I'll never call you. You know what I mean? So you can text me. There's my number right there. If you call me, I'm blocking you. I'm just letting you know. Text is only. There's certain people that I'll call back that I've been dealing with for a long time, but I get so many messages. So if you start blowing me up, you're just getting blocked. Just to let you know real quick. That's phone is for business. 234-425-2099. And you just describe some of your interests, like what's your favorite color, maybe you have a favorite animal, right? Stuff like that. I wish I could show you guys this picture I created for this person last night. I sent out this, I'm not going to say his name. Derek, shout out to Derek. I'm not going to say your last name. But Derek was a super powerful first player character, kind of like Rhonda. You are too, honey. But I couldn't create you this cool image like I made for Derek because now they upgraded the image thing, and I hope Derek really liked his image. And if you're a good decoder, you'll understand why I create the image I create for you because it's based on your decode. So, okay, let's just give you an example. Say you're a Leo, right? Your ruling planet is the sun. So if you get, and then you say you're, I think Leo's, I think your guys is, I might be mistaken on this, but I'm almost 1,000,000% sure your guys' spirit animal is the sturgeon, which is a fish. So, like, I made one with the Matrix aesthetic, a lion with the sturgeon in its mouth. It had the number up at the top, and it really did look like it's kind of like your own card, like your own playing card that you get. Custom image, looks super real. Um, and for this $35 price, you're getting the $62 decode. So this one is just a basic level where I cover whether you're a first player character, non-player character. I break down all that. Uh, your astrology stuff, but in the $62 decode, as we call the superhero 12-strand DNA decode, you get your superhero archetype. You see where you can read more here? You can read about it, what all it includes. Break down your superhero archetype. And you're getting that for, this is old, I got to update that to 35 now. Damn, good thing I seen that. But says can take up to 10 days depending on demand. Right now, we're looking at, they're getting them back right around 4 to 7 days. That's just how long it takes me, guys. It's so much work that goes into it. But you'll be very happy. I guarantee you'll know more about yourself than you've ever known. And I've never had a complaint yet from anyone that's received their decode. And if there's anybody out there that slipped through the cracks, don't panic. All you got to do is reach out to me. You know, the best way to reach out to me is shoot me a text, 234-425-2099. And as long as you have proof of payment, we'll get you taken care of. No problem. Rhonda, I did hers. Oh, your archetype is Wonder Woman? My girl. That's a powerful archetype too, right there. Wonder Woman with the truth lasso, Lindy. Oh, so damn, I can't remember Wonder Woman's goddess connection off the top of my head. She's a powerful archetype though. I got to look up her goddess. That's a powerful one right there. There's a couple of my homegirls in here that had Power Girl. You guys know who she is? Power Girl is Superman's cousin. She's really powerful too. But you know who the most powerful female superhero is? I found out. Matter of fact, she's actually the most powerful superhero, period. Male or female. She could actually beat Superman from what I've studied. Guess who it is? Captain freaking Marvel, guys. Yep, Captain Marvel. She ain't on it. Oh, you got that Athena archetype. That's a powerful one too. A real powerful one. Captain Marvel. I've never decoded no one yet that's had the Captain Marvel archetype. Unfortunately, I keep waiting, but that'd be cool if I could find a girl out there that's got that archetype. Because I can't wait to break that down in that whole decode. But so far, over 7,000 decodes, and not one of them have had the Captain Marvel archetype. So I guess that's got to be a very rare woman. I might marry the one that I find out has that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to marry her. But my boy Derek, that I did last night, Derek, I think Derek was Derek Aquaman? Oh yeah, Derek was Aquaman. and he had the 12-stranded angelic DNA. Shout out to Derek. His superhero archetype was Aquaman. His inner god was Enki, which is Poseidon, and he had a direct connection, a direct descendant lineage to Enki's bloodline, which blew my mind. I'm like, damn, this dude, I want to meet him. There's some people that you decode like, man, we got to hang out. Like there's this one girl, I'm not going to put her name out there, but every time she sees me or I see her in a comment, we call each other our twins because everything she has is perfectly identical to mine. She's the only girl I've ever met out of girls that has the exact same code as me. I would actually like to meet her in real life. And there's one guy that me and him have the exact same code. So there's three of us, a girl, me, and this other dude that we all three share the same archetypes and codes. We got to get together and just manifest something really powerful. I think we could all do it. We get a bunch of these people that are like Lindy and Rhonda, real powerful carriers of the neocode like Rhonda here and Lindy, and we all manifest on one thing and, put all of our focus and intention on that thing, man, we could change the world. We wouldn't even need many of us to do it. Not many of us to do that, guys. Charles, did you get yours, brother? I can't remember. I think you got yours, right, Charles? Oh, me? You don't want to know my archetype. My shit is gangster. I'm Superman. You know who I am? Superman over in this bitch. I kind of wish I was the Flash. I wanted to be the Flash. He's kind of my favorite superhero. And really, Deadpool's my favorite superhero. He's an anti-superhero. I like Deadpool. But I really like the Flash too. Just growing up, I'm talking about like what my favorite was. But no, I'm Superman. Yep, Superman is my archetype, which is L and Lil. I don't know how I feel about that. Enlil. He kind of tried to flood us. Inky saved us. Enlil kind of tried to flood us. But yeah, Superman, that's why I put him right here. That's my archetype. I wouldn't have been totally sad with Spider-Man either. He's kind of a cool one, but very rare. Spider-Man is an extremely rare archetype. I haven't seen many of them. Aquaman, I've seen a couple connections to. But yeah, Superman's pretty cool. But Superman can get beat up by Captain Marvel, though. A girl could beat me up. So that's not good. I thought I was the most powerful, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I've learned a lot about superheroes that I never knew from doing these decodes. Because I read all about them. So when I find out your connection through GEMATRIA to what your superhero is, then I give you your whole origin story, your whole background, what powers you have, what abilities you have, who your siblings are, what affirmations you can use to activate that ability. And it's really cool, man. I think you guys would really enjoy it. And I keep it pretty cheap so everybody can afford it. My brother Logan, he's phenomenal. I just was talking to Logan the other day. He actually made that video or that image for me with the engineer on it and the 5 of diamonds. That's Logan's slide. Shout out to Logan from Decode Your Reality. And Logan does like an amazing job at decoding too. He does it in person, one-on-one. So mine are done via email. That's how I can keep the price lower. Cosmic Sugar. I probably shouldn't be doing this because, I'm promoting someone else's decode. Whoa, what the fuck happened? Hey, where the hell's Logan's website? Are you kidding me? Wait a second here. Did they take my dude's website down? Oh, this is not good. Let me see. I'm going to find out right now. Hold on, I might have typed it in wrong or something. Where's my boy's website? Maybe I typed it in wrong. Oh, yeah, I did. Duh. Oh, okay. This is his website. Duh, Tommy. CosmicSugar.org. He does readings over here too, but you know, $8.99. But he's he's doing it in person with you, and he's got lower tiers too. $5.99, number 2 tier, the window to your soul, that reading, and then he's got the number 3 tier, which is his lowest tier, which is $2.79. But again, you get to do like a Zoom call with them. I just don't have the time to do Zoom calls, and I would have to charge way more. If I was doing a Zoom call with you, I would have to charge that much. Like Gary, the numbers guy, he charges $2,000 for a half-hour decode. Can you believe that? Now, I would never charge that much. I think that's ridiculous. $2,000. But my boy Logan's are pretty reasonable for what he gives you. Like this one, for $8.99, he's spending a lot of time with you in this decode. And he's breaking down a lot of stuff. Now, Logan has a different opinion than me. Logan thinks we're all non-player characters. And that's and I love Logan with all my heart, and I respect his beliefs. And he taught me this. He said, we all have our own truths, and maybe his truth, and in his timeline, we all are NPCs, but I don't exist in that timeline. So I exist in a reality and timeline of my truth. It just goes by the numbers. I mean, it is what it is. Your name either equals first player character or it equals non-player character, period. And the post I did today that I'm getting ready to release, it breaks that down because my boy Logan, I was watching his video last night and he said nobody ever gave a good argument on that. So I figured, well, let me do that for you, brother Logan. It's not an argument, of course. Logan's like a brother to me. It's just my opinion on it. Because maybe Logan's right and I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's right. Maybe we're all for non-player characters. I don't think so, though. That's not what the numbers show me. But he's an amazing decoder, really is. And he's taught me a lot of tricks. So, I mean, I love him. I wouldn't be over here promoting him if I didn't. But he's got a lot of cool stuff. He also got his own little GEMATRIA calculator now. Dakota. I can't take credit for this with Logan. I taught him about the AI stuff. So now you notice his images and his thumbnails got gangster, didn't they? So he's got this calculator right here. 100% free. Just like ours. He got this cipher though. I don't have this cipher. I don't even know what the hell this cipher does. Is this like based on the dollar or something? I don't know. These are different ciphers he has. Color controls, edit ciphers, encoding, find matches. Oh, I was wondering if he had the find match button. Oh, interesting. Haha, there you go. Bam. 166. Shout out to all my 12-stranded angelic DNAs out there. Yeah, you'll have that number, that 166 code, because 666 is the breakdown for carbon 12. When we're going from carbon 12 to carbon 7, instead of the 666, it'll be the 166. The, what is it? The 6 protons, 6 neurons, 6 electrons. The one with the N becomes the 1. So you'll have one of them and 6 of the other. That's going from carbon 12 to carbon 7. I always forget what that one's called. So my bad if I got that wrong. Pythagorean, Chaldean, that's 52. That's tied to Enlil too. Mine's all tied to Superman, and that's the name I was born with. This is the name I was adopted with at 6 years old. But my sister's dad, also 42, also tied to Superman. So it doesn't matter if you use my adopted name or my name I was born with. It all goes back to freaking Superman. And then Thomas, which means twin. Got that 22 and Pythagorean, the master builder. Oh shit, I'm 38 in this weird cipher. I don't even know what this cipher is. Never seen such a thing. What is this, Greek? 1.61? Oh God, I don't like that. Tommy, what am I in this cipher? 59, that's a big number in my life. 212. Let me see something here. I want to see. Oh, you could turn the matrix code rain on. That's pretty gangster. I like that. Same cipher matching? What's that mean? See, I just never learned how to use his. I don't know how to match it. How do I hit match and see what else matches with it? For example, can you guys see what I'm seeing? Oh yeah, you can. All right, for example, on mine, right? You can use mine over here on Truthful TV or Truth Mafia. We have it on both. And Paranoid American build it. Whoa, how did my shit turn purple? What the heck? I never turned this page purple. Who did this? Look at this weird shit. I got to go over here and fix this now. It's supposed to not be this color. Oh my God. How long's it been like that, guys? Tommy. Oops. Truthful. See, I still got that 59 and reduction. Oh, and in 2025, I knew this was going to be a significant year. I keep looking at that. That's in triangular. But 58 in Chaldean. Let's look at my real name. That 166. Boom. That's a 12-strand angelic DNA. I also got 138 code, which gets into the Phoenix phenomenon, the plasma apocalypse. You'll see that code a lot with people that have the 12-strand angelic DNA, the 138 and 166 together. And then check this out. Neo code. See? 36. It's also 128 in reverse ordinal. You got 36 in Chaldean. The main set. What happened to the other one? Where the hell is Pi? Oh yeah, Paranoid American forgot to put it back up. I forgot, guys. Pi disappeared, but it'll be back. He's fixing it. Because I yelled at him last night when I was doing decode. I said, bro, where the hell is the Pi cipher? It's supposed to be right over here. But it's gone right now. 22 again. That master builder. 36 Neo code. But let's focus on this one, right? Okay. Watch this. Neo code. 36, Truth Mafia, and 117. That's my birthday, January 17th. It's even 117. My birthday, January 17th. I never knew that when I picked it either. But look what you can do on mine. You can hit matches. I don't know how to do that on Logan's. And then you can see all the matches. 930. We had the biggest database in the world. Nobody's got a database like us. And then you can see what all matches with this. Now you're going to have negative stuff. You're going to have positive stuff connected to your name because you could take the left-handed path. You could take the right-handed path. It's up to you. You know what I mean? All knowing's in that 36 cipher. Jesus Christ is in that 36 cipher. There's a lot of very powerful stuff. Telepathy. Dream walking is 36. Dream walking is 36 in Sepentry. And then FPC code, I think that's 38. That's the positive side of 38. Yes, it is. First player character code. It's also in the 137 AMPI. Damn. First player character code. See the NPC code. Or do you a bunch of NPCs out here rocking? Oh shit, the NPCs. Look at the NPCs, guys. That's their favorite number, ain't it? Look, the NPCs are that 33, right? And then watch this. False flag. Everything fake is tied to them NPCs. Look, it's in both the ciphers. Like the NPC code. Holy shit. That's crazy. Them little false flaggers. No wonder. It's a bunch of NPCs doing it. Now it makes sense. Bro, I just had a dream about robotic ants last night. That's interesting. Robotic ants. I wonder if they got them, ED9. I'm going to look into that. That might be their next move, bro. Pay attention to your dreams. Well, especially in REM sleep, that's where we bring things into manifestation. And when you learn how to dream walk, if you carry that 36 code or have that 12-strand angelic DNA or tied to dream walking, you have that ability within you. It's connected to your name, right? So it took me 18 months. Don't get frustrated. It took me 18 months to learn how to dream walk. And guys, let me tell you something. I'm still trying to walk through walls over here, and I haven't been able to do it yet. Now, I bumped my head on walls hundreds of times, maybe thousands, but there is a pattern where you can freaking walk through walls, and many of people have done it. Look, let me show you. You think I'm joking? They've actually patented the technique on how to walk through a wall. So I've been trying it for about 2 years now, and unfortunately, I can't walk through the wall. Damn it. One day I am going to walk through this freaking wall. I know it. I just believe I can do it. Let me see. Walk. I did a whole blog on it and linked the patent to it. Walk through. Let me see. Where is it? Walk through. Could have sworn it was on here. How about we do this? Walls. Sometimes, there it is. Walk through wall training system. Yeah, I'm going to do this one day. For sure. U.S. patent 200600141125A1. Can you guys see what I'm seeing? Oh, no. Duh. Sorry, guys. Look. Walking through the wall. It's not that easy. I learned how to dream walk in 18 months. Look, I actually wrote this blog a day before my birthday, January 16th. That's my cousin's birthday. Why is it not loading? Hold on a second, guys. They're doing something weird. Come on, load it up. Load it up. Why are you making it go so slow? Here's the patent on it. But you can just click right here. Should take you directly to the patent. Yeah, here's the patent. Can you believe they have a patent on how to walk through walls? And I've studied this thing in depth. And I've tried it so many times, but it's not working. But I am going to get it. I am going to walk through the wall. It's all waveforms. I'm just going to collapse it and move right through it. Watch me. Watch me, guys. One of these days. My mom's like, yo, are you really trying to walk through walls? She's seen one of my videos. I said, oh, hell yeah. I try it every night. Every night I try to do it. But I think I'm not clearing my mind enough, right? I'm kind of scared because then I try to do it closing my eyes and I know I'm going to hit the wall. So that's freaking me out. So I think you got to clear your mind. But they've successfully done this. The CIA has people that has successfully walked through walls. Can you believe that? So I'm saying we are so much more powerful than they tell us, guys. Not only can we walk through walls, we can speak telepathically. We can dream walk, enter other people's dreams, bring people in our dreams. We can remote view. It took me 18 months to dream walk. It didn't take me as long to remote view. Remote viewing is actually not that hard if it's coded to you. Some people can't do it. It's not part of your code, so you just don't have that ability. But maybe I don't have the ability to walk through a wall, but I sure have tried a lot. Um, but remote viewing. This is what I always tell people. First thing you want to do is remote view a place that you're comfortable with. Like say your mom's house, right? You've been there a million times, so you know the whole layout. Try that first. And then whenever you just keep focusing on that. And then whenever you finally get good at it and you can do it in remote view in real time, that you still have to have the coordinations. You can't just remote view over. I guess there are some people they say that can do this, but I've never met no one. But where you could just remote view without having the coordinates of a location. And then there's certain people they say they have to see the place first to be able to remote view it. But as long as you have the coordinations and you get really good at it, I can do it with the coordinations. You could also do it, I believe, if you got probably really good at it without the coordinations, but I'm not able to do that. Just like I can't walk through this damn wall yet. But it hasn't stopped me from trying, guys. I have not given up. Here's the mathematics on it. I studied all this. You guys, I'm going to do a video, a tutorial, Tommy Truthful, trying to walk through walls. I bet that'll go viral. All fails. Another exercise I like to do at night? This is a really cool one. You guys will like this one. Do this one tonight. So you don't cheat. Turn off all the lights in your house, okay? Make sure the TV's off, all the lights are off. Get in your meditative state. I recommend using 432 hertz. That's a very sacred number. It raises your overall frequency and helps you vibrate to the proper frequency for what you're going to need to do next. Now, at that 432 hertz, keep it low too. You don't want to have it bursting like a lot of people have it real loud, just light. And have everything turned off, all the lights, all the sounds, and then blindfold yourself. I have one of them sleeping things that you put on your eyes, so I make sure I can't cheat. And then focus on your hands. Put your hands out in front of your face and look at them. At first, you won't see nothing. It's going to be all black. But you can master this within one night, I promise you. If you try tonight, I guarantee if you sit there for a half hour and try it, by the end of that half hour, you'll be able to see your hands. And you'll be able to see what numbers you hold up, what different numbers you hold up, and your hands will glow. They'll glow green, like a greenish, it's very bizarre, like a greenish purple. They have this weird energy around them. And I can see my tattoos on my hands. I could look at the watch, even see the time on it. So that's the first step to being able to remote view. You want to just see what's around you with your eyes closed in the meditative state. And I guarantee every one of you on this podcast right now can do it. I promise you can. I taught my sister how to do it. Taught this girl I was messing with for a brief time how to do it. Then she became a stalker, and now I'm pretty sure she's remote viewing me in some stalking shit, but that's for a whole nother episode. My homeboy Yubo, you guys know Yubo? He exposed a lot of that pedophilia stuff in the beginning. Yubo, the truth. If you go on his YouTube, it's just YEBO. Yubo says they got people that can actually, it's kind of like dream walking, but they can body jump and jump in other people's bodies. And the elites have some type of technology where he said they've done it to him numerous times, where they've took over people's bodies. And I've never experienced that or seen that, but I bet you they can. I bet you they can. Look at the Montauk Project and what they were going to name Stranger Things, right? That was all children that they stole. Stephen King wrote that whole book on it that I just finished a couple months back called The Institute, where they were stealing children with special abilities, telepathy, telekinesis, remote viewing. And they weren't stealing them for no reason. They were taking these children, murdering their whole families, taking them to black sites, and they would get them to what is called linking up or syncing up. They'd take like 6 of them. There must be something with that number. I know it's tied to Saturn. Even reincarnate, they say we reincarnate 6 times as a male, if you believe in that sort of thing. If you don't, totally respect it. They say you reincarnate 6 times as a male, 6 times as a female, right? That's one reincarnation cycle, a total of 12. So that's a life path 1. A life path 2, you would have 24 reincarnations. A life path 3, you would have 36. Old souls equals 36 in Chaldean. A life path 9, you would be at the end of your journey unless you redo your soul contract. And that would be a total of what? 9 times 12, 108 reincarnations. Go in your GEMATRIA calculator, type in reincarnate. What's it equal? 108 in English ordinal. So it's not just stuff I'm saying off the top of my head. All the numbers prove everything I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? These are based on ancient teachings that they've hidden from us. So there was a time that even the Essenes and certain Christian sects believed in reincarnation. Then they took it out. Gnosticism, for example. Oh, you're a 9? So is Donut. Donut's a 9. Donut's on his last reincarnation cycle. All you 9s, you're up out of here. As long as you don't sign another soul contract, Lee, you might decide to come back in and help. You know what I'm saying? If I was you, I'd get up out of here, though. Go back into the true reality, into your light body. I know when I get through this, I am gone. I'm not coming back next time. I've already came back too many times. Body snatching. Yeah, it is a form of body snatching, though. That is true. I can't wait to get there myself. I'll have to try your method. It works, Aaron. Try the thing tonight, honey. Turn off everything. Make sure your kids, if you got kids, are in bed. Your husband's not bugging you. You're just somewhere where it's completely pitch black, and make sure you tie your eyes up, because even if it's pitch black and some light shines in, you're cheating, right? So you want to wrap your face and just focus on your hands. Some people could get it really fast. They're able to do it quick, and they can see their whole body. You'll see this energy field. That's your bio field, your energy body. You'll see it lighten up. That's the best method to do it. And then you can stand up and test this out, Aaron. You stand up, you'll be able to actually see things that's in the room, where your TV is, where the chair, but it lights up differently because it's not organic. It's not what we're made out of. So it doesn't have that greenish, it's hard to explain. It's like a green, but it's like a green with a purple overlay. You can see green and purple when you see your hands, your energy body and stuff. But when you see a chair, it kind of is like a white static. Does that make sense? Like, on TV where you see that static color from when back in the day when the TV antennas were messed up. That's what something like that looks like. A chair, or unless it's plugged into electricity, microwave looks crazy when you learn how to do that. Your TV will, your computer will look crazy because they're all plugged into power. So there's something running through them. You'll see them in a different way. But anything that's like wood or plastic or something like that, it kind of looks like static. I guess some of the really good remote viewers, they can see it in color. I've never been able to do that yet, but I'm still working on it. A remote viewed under the. Oh, that gives me a good idea, Rhonda. That's what I need to do. I need to go see what the hell is really going on under there. Is there really some coils under that pyramid going down into the ground? Some people think them underneath the pyramid, them coils going into them two boxes, that went viral recently, are pulling energy out of the atmosphere, right? And then Jay Dreams, I talked to him on the phone, Jay Dreamers, he thinks them coils are going into the ground and pulling up plasma energy. And they were some type of rejuvenation chamber that extended the lives of the pharaohs and stuff. So that's a fascinating theory. You see colors on your hands, or just colors in general? Because that's not what you're trying to do. You that might be your first stage, though, just seeing random colors. Um, but you want to focus. You got to really get yourself to slow your heart rate down. Get your heart rate going about 65 beats a minute, 50 if you can, and breathe. Focus on your breathing. Breathe in. When you're breathing in, all that positive energy, blow out the negative. And then just focus. You'll be able to do it, I promise you. All of us can do it. We're so much more powerful than they tell us. So much more. Especially when you decalcify that pineal gland, then it's next level. But I think a lot of you can do it without even decalcifying your pineal gland, honestly. That's going to take you around a year to decalcify it. Start using turmeric. The nanosoma helps a lot in that. pH water, eating properly, eating healthy, green, alive foods, fruits, organics. But there's certain elements, you got to get all the heavy metals out of your body. The most important thing, though, is getting all the fluoride out, because the fluoride is what is keep calcifying your pineal gland, which is your third eye. That's your way to see in the spiritual realm. Then you'll be able to do things you never even could believe you could do, honestly. Yeah, some of them can be unsettling, my brother, but don't worry about that. Like I said, Ed, there's negative things attached to every number, negative and a positive side to it. You know what I mean? Just like every person, it's duality, bro. We're in the reality full of it. You're in a picture. What is that? Your little daughter there? So the male, the female, the sacred masculine, sacred feminine, the sun, the moon, the dark, the light. It's all duality. It's just what it is. Anyone that tells you all numbers are evil, they're out of their mind. They don't know nothing what they're talking about. There's how is anything evil that God created? It's not. During the Council of Nicaea, they rewrote the whole scriptures. Remember that. And that's what I ask you to take time, look into the Council of Nicaea, look what it did. They rewrote everything, and it was to keep us on a lower vibration. They didn't want us to know Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ's true teachings. And what did he say? you will be able to do everything that I do and more. And with that being said, all the links are down in the description. If you want to get your decode or, help support the platform, them links are down below. And if you don't have no money, just share the videos, leave a comment, hashtag I want to get a decode, hashtag I want to get a decode on any platform. I pick a certain amount of people every month that can't afford it and give them a free $62 decode. I don't give you the first tier one, I give you the ultimate one. So just know. Then it's your responsibility after I answer you to follow up, though. I can't make you hit me back. So just make sure that you hit me up after that. You have my number, 234-425-2099. Just be respectful and text only, please. Thank you. I love y'all. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and rock out.
Truth Mafia music, this is where the truth begins. Welcome to Tommy Truthful TV, where we break the illusion. Ever felt special or different, caught in confusion? Are you the black sheep in your family line? It's cause you see through the Matrix design. We're living in a simulation, AR controlled. Most are NPCs, their stories already told. The Saturn-Moon Matrix runs the hive mind, but a rare few of us break through and shine. 169,000 first players awake, reality benders, born to remake. Then there's the Neo code, rarest of all, like Jesus Christ and Neo, answering the call. The Matrix ain't fiction, it's prophecy shown.